It's another great day in the Lowcountry. Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and let's get started with today's headlines. The next step in the Murdaugh murder saga will be a pretrial hearing Monday. That hearing could include testimony from 4 state law enforcement investigators after they were subpoenaed by Murdaugh's defense attorneys. The 4 are leading the SLED investigation of the shootings of Paul and Maggie Murdaugh at the family's estate last summer. The hearing Monday is to determine if there have been any leaks of information to the media, including video from Paul Murdaugh's cell phone, and what evidence should be disclosed to Murdaugh's lawyers. So how much help is the new federal student loan debt forgiveness bill for South Carolina students? Almost 30% of our residents with federal student loans will have their debt completely wiped out. That is well over 200,000 people, according to a study from LendingTree. That study did not include Pell Grant forgiveness, so the real number will actually be higher. Also, according to the study, our percentage of folks who will have their debt forgiven is actually the 5th lowest in the country. Last week was week 0 for high school football, though the teams who won still get to count it, and the teams who lost have to come back from 0 and 1. This week marks the official start of the season, with Beaufort traveling to Fort Dorchester for their first game after a storm cancellation last week. Friday afternoon, Beaufort Academy will head to Hilton Head Prep. Battery Creek visits Ridgeland Friday night. Whale Branch and John Paul II both have home games, but most of the other Lowcountry teams will be on the road. Be sure to tune in on Monday when Justin Jarrett will give us the full rundown on all the scores and the gridiron action. We now have the highly anticipated answer to the question of whether or not dogs on Hilton Head's beaches will have to be on a leash at all times, regardless of the season. The state laws amended before COVID want you to keep your dog on a leash at all times when away from home, and the state and county will continue to adopt that policy. But the town of Hilton Head has cut a deal, so their laws regarding dogs on the beach being able to run free, provided they are under voice control, from Labor Day to Memorial Day is not changing. Though they are still banned from the beaches between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. during the tourist season, which is, of course, between Memorial Day and Labor Day. All the stormy weather we've had the last couple of months may be a good reminder to keep your insurance up to date. 2 municipal buildings in Beaufort will be glad they did, as they were hit by lightning 4 times on the same day back in July, doing more than $100,000 in damage. Nobody was hurt, but the strikes fried some electrical systems that control security and HVAC systems. And the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce spends much of its efforts on getting more tourists to the Lowcountry, but now the Chamber wants to hear from the people who already live here. The annual resident survey is open for the next couple of weeks on the Chamber's website, asking you about traffic and also what kind of tourism should be promoted. Last year's survey indicated residents understand the need for tourism as a vital part of our economy and are most supportive of eco-friendly tourism options. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's Maria with a look at our weather.
Thanks, Betsy. All right, so taking a look ahead to this weekend, Saturday is going to be cloudy with possible scattered thunder showers throughout the afternoon and going into the evening. Hilton Head's going to have a high of 85, a low of 75. Bluffton's going to have a high of 87, a low of 72. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 89, a low of 73. Come Sunday, it's going to be cloudy with thunder showers throughout the afternoon, but then it's going to clear up by the evening. Hilton Head's going to have a high of 84, a low of 76. Bluffton's going to have a high of 85, a low of 75. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 86 and a low of 75. The sunrise for this weekend is going to be at 6:55 and sunset's going to be at 7:57. Taking a look at the beach tides, Saturday high tide is going to be at 9:58 a.m. and low tide is going to be at 5:14 p.m. And then come Sunday, high tide is going to be at 10:37 a.m. and low tide is going to be at 5:55 p.m. Taking a look into next week, Monday it's going to be cloudy with scattered thunder showers throughout the region throughout the day, highs in the 80s, lows in the 70s. Tuesday it's going to be cloudy as well with scattered thunder showers in the afternoon, which should clear up by the evening, highs in the 80s, lows in the 70s. And then come Wednesday it's going to be cloudy with scattered thunder showers throughout the afternoon with highs in the upper 80s and lows in the 70s. That's it for today. Let's send it back to the desk.
And we'll be back in just a moment with a chat with Roy Austin about his libraries for kids.